Okay, so what if a piece of art could tell a story so powerful it could actually defy the gods? Well, today we're going to dive into an ancient Indian folktale about love, about incredible resilience, and the amazing scroll paintings that have kept its memory alive for generations. And this quote, right here, it really gets to the heart of the whole thing. Before we even meet the characters, this just lays it all out for us. This is not just some old, tragic myth. Nope, this is about a woman's journey from victim to victor. It's a story of empowerment, pure and simple. So, how do you even begin to tell a story of this magnitude? Well, it takes more than just words. The medium that carries this legend is every bit as unique as the tale itself. It's called Manjusha Art, and it comes from the Ang region of Bihar in India. But check out its other names, snake painting and scroll painting. Right away, those give us some pretty big clues about the story it tells, and the really cool way it tells it.
And here is what is so special about it. Manjusha is thought to be the only traditional Indian art form that's a sequential narrative. You know what that means? It's basically an ancient comic strip. Each part of the scroll moves the story forward, frame by frame. It's absolutely brilliant.
All right, so let's meet the main players in this epic, because this whole story is built on a massive conflict, a real clash between a powerful goddess and a mortal woman.
At its core, this is a showdown between two incredibly powerful women. On one side, you've got a goddess who holds the power of life and death in her hands. And on the other, a human woman whose only weapons are her love and her stubborn, unwavering will.
And you can see the dynamic right here. I mean, on one side, there's Bishari, the snake goddess. She's all-powerful and demands that everyone worship her. And on the other side, we have Bihula, a brand new bride whose entire world is her husband. The power imbalance is just staggering, and believe me, it is about to explode.
So all this divine tension, it doesn't just stay up in the heavens. It crashes down to earth in a catastrophe that's going to change Bihula's life forever and set her on a truly unbelievable path.
And here's where tragedy strikes. On her wedding night, literally the happiest night of her life, Bihula's husband is killed by a snakebite. And this was no random accident. Oh no. This was a targeted hit, an act of pure vengeance by the goddess Bishari because the family had dared to not worship her.
But, and this is the most important part, for Bihula, this is not the end, not even close. For her, this moment of absolute crushing loss is actually the real beginning of her story. It's the spark that ignites her journey from victim to hero. So what does she do? Most people would crumble. But Bihula, she decides to go on a quest that seems completely and utterly impossible, defying her culture, society, and the gods themselves.
I mean, just stop and think about that for a second. A goddess has decided your fate, a literal goddess. What can one mortal woman possibly do? How do you even begin to fight back against that?
Her journey unfolds in these 4 incredible stages. First up, defiance. In a culture where she's just expected to accept her tragic fate, she says no. She actually vows to bring her husband back. Then comes the perilous voyage. She puts his body on a raft and sets off, all alone, facing down storms and monsters. This leads her to the confrontation. She literally travels to the heavens to argue her case in front of the gods. And finally, the ultimate test, where her love and devotion are put on trial by the highest powers in the universe.
So after all that, after this impossible ordeal, after taking on the gods themselves, does she pull it off? Let's see how this incredible journey ends and how her triumph becomes an immortal tradition. Yes, she succeeds! In this amazing twist, it's her purely human qualities, her sheer determination and her unstoppable love that actually move the gods. They're so impressed by her strength as a mortal that they give in and bring her husband back to life. She didn't use any magic, she beat death itself with her own force of will.
And this whole incredible story, it becomes the visual language for Manjusha art. The paintings are filled with these symbols. You'll see the coiled snakes representing the goddess Bishari. You'll see Lord Shiva, who's like the ultimate judge. And of course, right at the center of it all, you have the heroes, Bihula and her husband, on their epic journey.
And you know, this isn't just some ancient history lesson. Today, this unique art form has received something called a GI tag. It stands for Geographical Indication, and it basically means it's officially recognized as being from this specific region.
It's like a stamp of authenticity that protects its heritage for generations to come.
And that really brings us full circle to this beautiful symbiotic relationship. You've got this incredible folk tale of female empowerment, a story about refusing to accept your fate, and it's kept alive by this one-of-a-kind art form. In the end, the story and the art, you just can't have one without the other.
And that kind of leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? Bihula's story of resilience was painted onto scrolls for everyone to see. So what other amazing tales of strength and triumph are out there, just waiting to be discovered, hidden in plain sight in the art that surrounds us every single day?